best idea for BB advice, huh?
I mean,
Give you some advice and experience, I guess.
milk that shit for 10 years and get the fuck out.
All right. Episode 5, we keep it trucking. You know, I've noticed after a review of our recording sessions here, you know, I never say the name of the podcast. I just say like episode number and then we go. Which I don't know if it's a bad thing.
Do you want to say
I
it?
don't know. Like, welcome to Illicit Packets episode 5. I don't have a title because I do all that shit afterwards. And I get like the...
Pack 5.
5. Like...
Better than Party of 5.
I never do it. I just...
Did you just do the air horn?
Yeah.
DJ Khaled action there?
No, that's another one. That's different.
So who does the...
No, probably like DJ K Slay. Do you remember like all those fucking mixtapes back in like the early 2000s where everyone would just over the top?
K Slay.
DJ K Slay.
Swiss Beats.
DJ Slay. Swizzy. Fucking all that shit.
Swiss Beats was always on DMX and stuff. So I always heard him.
Yeah, that was a big thing. I think like with New York rap or New York mixtape stuff was always like people yelling over the top. Quit yelling in the mic. But
Well, that's how you know who did it, right? Because, you know, no one's reading the back of a CD cover or the CD booklet.
And no one really gives a shit about like DJs.
Yeah, so how are you going to know?
Like in the first place.
Yeah, how are you going to know who the producer is?
That's true. We the best music. Yeah, I mean, I guess like you get your own, you get your own calling at that point. Everyone knows that you're DJ Khaled at that point. Because I mean, I'm never gonna forget.
Is he using like when he says the "we the best"? Is it like the royal we, or is it like is there more than one person?
I don't know if he's part of like some affiliation, like you know, a group of producers or artists or anything. I don't know. That's a good question.
This is the royal we.
Maybe. I mean, he's probably fancy enough to do it. Like,
yeah, we the best.
Doth thou I the bestest of. I mean, at least he's not talking in the third person. Well, he does.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled. Yeah, he says it.
He's that guy.
Yeah, it's not also like it's not like with the Young Money, you know, Cash Money Millionaires or all that. That was like a group, you know, No Limit Soldiers. That was a group.
Right. Rough Riders.
Yeah, Rough Riders. That was a group. I always like. I know you like. I wasn't a big DMX fan growing up, but I know you were like.
You missed out.
I did. No, I mean,
yeah.
To some degree. I mean,
you better go back on Spotify and get all his shit, even the new stuff.
Dude, I've listened to a lot of DMX stuff in my time. Like, it's not that I haven't, but I just didn't follow the group like of Rough Riders. Who else was a prominent rapper in the Rough Riders? You know,
Eve.
So okay, I was about to say Eve.
Jadakiss.
Oh, Jadakiss. Was he a Rough Rider?
Yep.
Man, I just DMX was it, and I just knew Eve because the only reason I knew Eve is because she had paw prints on her chest or like tiger claws on her chest,
which is hot.
Yeah, they're not going to disagree. So is DMX out of prison again?
Yeah, man, he's been out for a little bit. He actually, I think, he put a new album out.
Did he?
Yeah, last year.
So, what did he go to jail for initially? Impersonating a police officer? Was that what it was?
That was one of them.
That's one of them. More than one. Yeah, I never followed that. I never did. I followed No Limit, you know, for a while. And then I definitely was like influenced by like West Coast rap, you know, and followed that shit a lot. I never was big on the East Coast game. So like people are like, oh my God, Jay-Z this or, you know.
No, because you grew up in the 90s, man. West Side till you die.
That's true. I mean, you and I both grew up in the whole Tupac Biggie era.
Tupac.
Right?
Yeah.
But even then, like, not that I hate Tupac, I just never probably enjoyed as much of his music as I did other artists. Is that bad of me to say? I mean, I guess not.
That's what you're supposed to do. It's West Side. Fuck the East Coast.
Yeah, but Tupac is West Coast, bro. Like, am I supposed to, like, love him as a saint?
I mean, technically he's East Coast, too, I think. I think he was born in New York or lived in New York for a while.
Man, that's a lot of shit. It's a lot of drama in the rap game.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of that shit no more. Like, they just do, like, diss tracks. And then, like, when someone disses you so hard, you just become a rock artist. Like Machine Gun Kelly. That happened. Did you just see that?
No.
Have you noticed that?
No.
Bro, like, he had that spat with M, and then it was like, all of a sudden it just, now he's like a fucking alternative rock artist. I'll go find the song, dude. But he was like, what the fuck, man? Like,
oh, I didn't think he was doing too bad either. He should have stuck with the...
He was not doing too bad, and he definitely has like some decent tracks, but you go after the fucking bull, man, you're gonna get the horns.
Is that kind of, what happened to Garth Brooks too when he decided to do his rock stuff? Laying out those country diss tracks.
What was his other name? Oh shit, it's right there. It's right there. Chris Gaines. That's what it was. He had like the weird like emo comb over thing going.
Everybody made that joke like,
God.
what's the merger of rock and rap? Crap.
Croc. Well, it's country and rock is croc. It's just as good as anybody wearing Crocs.
That was before Crocs. Fuck anybody wearing Crocs, man. Those are horrible, dude.
What a shitty foot trend, man. Like, it's bad, but I firmly have an opinion if you rock around in Crocs. Like,
I just think it doesn't matter who you are, male, female. If you were wearing Crocs, I just think of you as like, in my mind, I picture Honey Boo Boo's mom before she lost weight.
What if she? So even if she did lose weight, she just has a smaller size fucking Crocs she puts on.
No, she's wearing the regular, not the wides.
Yeah, she didn't have to like cut the tops off of them to widen them out a little bit, so she gets a little extra stretch. Oh,
the only legitimate argument I've heard about wearing Crocs is getting it for kids who are like potty training because it's easier to clean them, right? If they're like peeing and all that stuff. So, okay, maybe I make an exception, but then those kids grow up wearing those Crocs and they're like, these are the most comfortable things ever. And it's like, oh, one of those kids.
Like I got the same thing about Uggs, right? Like they're kind of one and the same for me. One is a little bit more fancy for sure than Crocs, but Uggs, man, there's a time and a place for Uggs, and it's not fucking going out to the mall. I mean,
it's not jumping through puddles.
It's not stomping through puddles either. Crocs, I guess you could do that shit though if you wanted to, so they're a little bit more versatile. But yeah, man, I'm so glad like the Ugg train has died out a little bit more too. Jesus Christ. One of my favorite things that I did with Uggs is hide your ex-girlfriend's Uggs in the cupboard. That was one of my favorite things.
The secret cupboard?
The secret cupboard. And she had to leave for work and had no idea where they were. She rummaged the house and then fucking ran out barefooted. I can't find my shoes. Like,
she hardly wore shoes anyway most of the time, so I mean it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Don't leave your fucking Uggs out for me to like consume them. Eat them shits. Throw them on the roof. Don't care.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could throw them over a telephone line because they have no laces.
Pro of Uggs and Crocs. Can't lose them shits on a power line. There's no laces.
No one's going to throw them up there because it's just funny.
What if they had like croquis for those that you could fucking throw them over a power line?
Like little clips?
Just fucking whoop. Oh man, that'd be great. I want to create that tool, and I definitely want to abuse the shit out of it.
Just get some jumper cables, bro, and just Indiana Jones that shit up there.
Oh man, could you imagine like
that would work?
Walking through the suburbs, not the hood, but walking through the suburbs, and there's just fucking
jumper
Uggs,
cables and Crocs,
Uggs and Crocs hanging above the houses. Someone's got their J's in the hood, and these dudes like, oh my god, your Uggs are up there. No, that's okay. They were Fugs. I got a fresh pair right here. Wiggle,
those
wiggle,
were bear
wiggle.
paws.
I think the only thing I can rock Uggs for is like the slippers. And again, that would be like inside the house or like checking the mail type thing.
Yeah.
That's notable and acceptable.
Because they look like a normal slipper.
Yeah. But if you're like, let me check out these space boots right quick, and then you not go to the moon, I don't know what to tell you.
Do you remember moon boots from back in the day?
Yeah.
Moon shoes?
Yeah. Do you remember those like
a pair of those?
Well, so hang on, I want to make sure I'm thinking of the same thing. Are you talking about like in the 80s where every like dingy kid had those Velcro boots that like went super high and they looked like moon boots?
No. I know. No, not those. I'm talking about like they were you'd always see them advertised on Nickelodeon, and it was these moon shoes where you like step in them and you like it's like a trampoline. You're walking on a trampoline basically. Yeah,
that was gonna be my other thought. But yeah, I do remember those. Those were probably cool for like 5 minutes. I never had a pair.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to choose between those and light up Light up shoes. I mean, you're going light up shoes.
Oh yeah, dog. LA Gears were the jam with the light up shoes. Light up shoes are still hot to this day with kids. Who's got moon boots now?
eBay.
Okay.
I'm looking at them right now.
But light up shoes you can still get today. My kid had Batman light up shoes, and he thought they were the coolest thing.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of them.
Moon shoes were the Heelys before Heelys.
The Heelys before Heelys. That's a true statement. Yeah. Heelys. Dude, we sold Heelys when I worked at the shoe store. We had a few pairs. They always seemed like a good idea to like work, like navigate around work, go get shoes and stuff for people.
Yeah.
But I just like didn't want to take the time to learn how to do that shit.
Someone should take some J's and throw some wheels in it and see if that takes off.
Those will definitely end up on the power line at the end of the day.
Check out these 24s or 48s.
Wait, 24s, like they got like rims on them? Like what? Oh, dude, speaking of rims, do you remember the Spreewells that had the airbag in them that spun the wheel?
Yeah, riding spinners all day long.
And one came up with the coolest shit, man, when it came to some of those kind of shoes.
Yeah, you should plug in the Riding Spinner song right here.
I'm riding spinners. Copyright claim. That's what I'm going to get.
Worth it.
I will not get monetized on this one at all.
Nope.
Why? Because I'm riding spinners.
They don't stop. I almost bought some Walmart spinners for my bucket in college. People wanted me to do that. The hubcaps.
Oh my gosh, I remember that car. You bought that car for $200?
Dude, best investment ever. I bought it for $1,000.
Oh, it's $1,000? That's right.
Yeah, I sold it back to the state. Cash for clunkers. $1,000. 5 years later.
Dude, you mopped the shit out of that car. What is it?
Man, that car was great. It smelled like cigarettes. It had no back dash, right? So the dash that goes between the back seat and the glass, that was gone.
We could have got one at Pick and Pull or something, man, for like
we
$10.
could have done lots of stuff to that car, but we didn't. Why? What was the purpose? It had custom faded paint, so that was good.
Custom. Straight custom.
Yeah. The AC worked. That was cool. All the seats were ripped.
It was a stick too, windows.
Right? It was a stick, yeah.
Was that a what is it, Toyota what?
Corolla, 93 Corolla. Yeah. No hubcaps. It's all straight black. It's just blacks.
I never wanted to ride in that thing. Never. Dude, I remember when we started working, after you actually got a real job, you remember got made fun of all the time driving that car around?
Yeah, whatever. People try to make fun of me. Like I said, great investment. Drove it all through college.
Yeah.
And then I still picked up people in it, so it didn't matter.
Don't hate the player, man.
It didn't even phase my game at all. If you can pick up women in that car, it doesn't even matter.
Talk about an ego boost, huh?
For sure, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, hop in this hoopty. Oh, sorry, just move that rug to the side a little bit, so you're
gonna have to hold the seatbelt. Actually, you know what? Clip it into my buckle. I'll ride Renegade on this one because that one doesn't work so well. Hold on tight. Here we go. Whee!
It ran well. It was fine. It got me places.
Do you remember when I got the Civic and you decided in the first day to try to like Dukes of Hazzard across the hood and fucking dented the shit out of it?
Yeah.
Stuck the landing and
I didn't slide.
You didn't slide at all. And it just fucking
just did the shit out of it.
I had the car for like less than a day, dude. Hey, you fucking over here. Check this shit out. Like, skirk. Oh, man. What the fuck, man? We were going to pop it out, but it always had a little bit of a wobble in the hood.
Yeah. Gotta love cars.
That Civic was the same one that had like the fucked up headlight that we'd always have to like hit to turn on at night.
Mm-hmm.
And you got pulled over for that shit too? God
yep. Damn. Picking your drunk ass up?
Picking my drunk ass up in that car. Yep. And then got pulled over and then banged the headlight and move on with our day.
Thanks, officer.
I had that car broken into more than any other car I had too.
Yeah, man.
I lost a stereo out of that car. I lost hoodies out of the back of my car on that one. And I lost my backpack for school like the day before finals out of that car. That was the instance when you came at me at 6 a.m. saying the cold broke my fucking window. Yeah. So I go out there, tired as fuck, trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And all I see is like this fucking 10-pound rock in the floorboards. Got thrown in from our yard into my window.
Hey, in my defense, it was fucking cold. It was early. I had to get to class. I looked at the broken window. I didn't see anything because it was a gray rock and you had gray floor matting, right? I was looking like, that's a lot of broken glass. And then I gave you a call. I gave you a heads up. Hey, man, some shit happened to your car. I didn't see anything that was weird. Must have been the cold. Broke your window, bud. Moving on. You're like, wait a second, dude. There's this big ass rock here. Oh, that too.
that probably done it. I don't know how the cold lifted that rock and threw it in your window, but man, Mother Nature's a son of a bitch.
Pressure. Southeastern breeze came in, just blew that shit up.
Well, we don't have decent. We have decent cars now. Look at us, growing up, big boy status.
Shit happens. Get a job, get a family, get some cars, get in debt.
The American dream, my friend.
Have to work for everything. Slave to your job.
Man, you okay, bud?
No, that's not me, dude. I'm good. Word of the wise: spend less than you can afford.
Spend less than you can afford. That's pretty straight up. It's good. That's good. Good.
I wish I could take credit for it. I think Warren Buffett said it. So, I mean, he probably stole it from Ben Graham, who was his teacher.
So, is that the lesson? Steal from the people.
Steal your shit.
Steal from the people that are richer than you.
Yeah, you can say it that way. If you want to say it in a nice way, it'd be like more like stand on the shoulders of giants. That's a good saying.
Right. That's the nice way of like, hey, you got some cool shit. What's that over there? Joink, mine now. I made this.
Let me learn how to do all your cool shit and then do it better. Yep.
Capitalism at its finest.
Let
me steal your shit and put my name on it.
As a matter of fact, in fact, I'll buy your stuff. I'll mark it up 200% and then put my name on it and say that my value is marketing it.
That's like, I see some things online. It's like, hey, will you do a photography shoot for our party? And then people are like, yeah, that's like, X amount of dollars an hour. Oh, you're going to charge me for it? Well, I'm pretty like a profound, influencer. So why don't you do it for free and you'll get like a bunch of free marketing from me? What? That's like the game now, dude. You get people to do like free shit. It's like, oh, I'll promote your shit super hard. Could you imagine taking all those fake internet bucks to the bank that you're not going to get because of the notoriety that some fucking influencer did for you? I wonder how much that would cost. What would be the rate of internet bucks to like currency, you think? Like fake internet dollars.
So like for Bitcoin or something, or?
Well, I mean, that's like real internet dollars.
Everybody's able to. They figure out how to monetize the internet now, so that's kind of a hard one. Now, back when YouTube first came out, and they had no idea how to monetize that shit. That was when there was internet bucks, right? Yeah, hey, I'm famous. I've hit a viral video on E-Bombs World, and now I have internet dollars.
You're the man now, dog. You remember that one? Did you ever do that one?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yep.
E-Bombs World. Holy
the original YouTube vloggers, though, when vlogs came out, they had no idea how to monetize that stuff. Now you got some 8-year-old making $50 million a year.
Yeah, dude, how's that work out? Like, how do I do that?
Go watch his shit. Steal it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna unpack this WWE wrestler that I got from Target. It's a collector's edition, Ken Shamrock that I got, and well, the package is pretty cool. It comes with a broken collapsible 2x4 that you can use to hit the Undertaker, and he's got metal plates on the bottom of his feet where when he walks down the entrance his theme song plays, and that's pretty cool, and all right, well, let's get it open. And fuck, dude, and that guy just made like $10,000 right there in just that line.
Yeah.
And over here, man,
1 million views.
I'm just gonna start unboxing. I'm just gonna start like unpacking. Like, all right, everybody, here's my bill for my energy today.
All right, everybody, we're gonna unpackage this loaf of bread.
All right, I'm gonna open my fridge here and unpack myself a sandwich, and we'll see what we got: turkey and cheese. And fuck, man, maybe we're just missing an untapped market to like the millennials who just would watch like. Dang, dude, you see he got that fucking half-pound slice cut from the deli at the grocery store? That shit's legit. He didn't get that prepackaged shit.
All right, guys, I'm going to open this box I found in my garage that's been up there in the rafters for 10 years. See what's in it.
The funny thing is, it's going to be the Ken Shamrock wrestling garage that you had as a kid. It's going to be the same shit.
Ultimate Warrior shit. Exactly. Here's all my pogs.
I think this one had lead paint, though, because we weren't regulating shipments from China at
was
the
made
time.
out of zinc.
We just start doing that, dude. Just unpack. All right, I got a new package from Amazon. I forgot what the fuck I ordered.
That happened to me the other day. So, legit. Courtney and I were sitting there, and all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, I got this FedEx slip. Were you expecting a package?" I'm like, "No, not that I can remember." She goes, "It's from Hong Kong." I'm like, "Don't remember ordering anything from China." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then the next day we got another one. I was like, "Well, who ordered something from FedEx?" And so we're like checking our emails and stuff like that, trying to figure out what we ordered. And I finally found out that I had ordered that bidet that Matt had told me to order, and that shit had come in, but I completely forgot about it. So,
did you install it yet?
No, it's in the box. I had to go pick it up from fucking Walgreens. That was weird.
Wait, they didn't even ship it to your house?
So they did, but I don't know. The FedEx guy doesn't want to knock on my door or do anything. So he or she just left a note that said like, "Hey," and then I got a text message from FedEx saying like, "We'll hold your stuff at the Walmart or the Walgreens for 5 days." I'm like, "The Walgreens? What?"
Which was requiring signature for a fucking ass sprayer?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. So did you pick it up? Or I'm sorry, I missed that. Did you pick it up or you just haven't installed it and did?
Oh, I picked it up. But it's still in the box. I mean, I could do an unboxing video if you want.
I think like we gotta diversify our social presence, our social media presence. So I think it's at this point prudent that we maybe make some YouTube exclusive content
just for unboxing random shit.
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing is like to get people to subscribe to the different platforms that we partake in. You definitely need to make exclusive content. So I think the first exclusive content piece we'll do on YouTube is you unboxing your bidet, but you have to say it like a squeaky prepubescent kid. Can you do it that way?
All right, guys. I got this nice box here. It's not too big. It's got some tape. It's come all the way from China, so it's international. That's pretty cool, guys. Yeah.
Your camera's got to shake around, and you got to cover the mic and like every time.
Yeah. Let me use them. Hey, Mom, can I use these scissors right here? No, I gotta use the safety scissors. Okay, I'll use these. Can you cut this for me then? Okay, guys, I had to get my mom to cut the box because I cut myself. And here's my boo-boo. Like that.
I think you just got the first 5 minutes of your video right there.
All right, cut that. Get it back to me. I'll just dub it over whatever the fuck I do.
What do you think the next social media platform is going to be? Like what? Not like the name of it, but like the type. What do you think it'll do?
Probably not.
Wow, that was a very prominent thought.
Well, no, I had like 3 or 4 thoughts going through my head there. Because part of it is like you got the major players, right? So I don't know if you're gonna get something different, right? So you have Facebook, who owns Instagram and Facebook, right? And then you have Snapchat's out there, right? But it's not really
it's not a big one,
a main character. Yeah. It's not a main character. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. TikTok, not a main character.
Well, TikTok is probably the most recent and like hot. I would say hot right now versus others.
Yeah, it's the Vine of this year, this decade. Got it. But again, it's not a main character. And so you have Twitter, and that's Twitter, right? And then you have
that's like the shit bag of the
LinkedIn.
internet. We've already determined, right? Twitter.
Yeah. Fuck Twitter.
It's still there.
Who owns? Is Twitter a sole? They just own themselves. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I want to say that they're kind of their own thing.
Yeah, Twitter. And then you have YouTube, right? That's a social media platform. I would say that's owned by Google.
Yep.
So you have Facebook, who owns a bunch of shit, and it's a big company, right? You have Google, that owns a bunch of shit, a big company. You have Twitter, it's kind of like they're standalone, right? But it's very like if you're on Twitter, you're going to be on Twitter, and that's the thing. And then you got a bunch of people anti-Twitter, like myself. Yeah, you have LinkedIn, which is kind of like the professional sites, but it's owned by Microsoft, right? So you got your big players out there that are just going to pump R&D dollars in these and just buy up the little companies.
Just get cannibalized by the big ones that kind of either keep the market or, hey, I like your shit, so I'm gonna back to the capitalism thing. Hey, I like your shit, so I'm gonna buy it and then make it my own and then say I made this. That's pretty much the IT world in the last 20 years or so, right? That's kind of how it's played.
I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna integrate it, or I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna profit off it, or I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There's some economics lessons for you there on the IT industry.
Yeah, but what if you like created something that like people you did buy and got like, you know, a $2 billion offer to be cannibalized on?
Cool.
What would be that thing though? See, there you go, trying to make the internet bucks.
I don't know what other medium is there. I mean, there's
smell-o-vision,
VR or something.
Yeah, I mean the AR and VR space is I think becoming more socially accepted, but I just don't know like what you're going to be able to like do on the mainstream layout with it.
You have to be like, once people get contacts, like in Altered Carbon, they all have contacts in their eyes, and then you see all this AR stuff all over the place.
The like
Google glasses, for your eyes.
Well, Elon Musk is trying to do that, like with a transplant, like a thing that they actually plug into your brain.
Yeah, Elon Musk is trying to do a bunch of shit.
Well, I just remember listening to him recently talk about the like neurocomputer type thing. I forget that. I'm drawing a blank on the fucking name of it. And it's bugging me right now. But
Elon Musk is like the biggest Karen of the world right now.
Karen? Yeah, you saw those memes of him fucking Karen hair on him?
Excuse me, can I talk to California? Can I talk to your manager?
Yeah, that might be the next thing though, dude. Like the Altered Carbon thing, like you said, with the, augmented reality, like within your own field of vision, that is your phone basically strapped to like your eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the Altered Carbon thing with like the stack and like your brain basically being backed up into a device or the cloud. That shit's real.
Well, don't give it all away. I mean, that's people who watch Altered Carbon, but it is real. I mean, there's a lot of studies out there about crazy stuff where they're trying to tap into people's brain waves about things.
Well, it's all electrical currents, right? Like that's the idea, right? You just find a way.
In theory, of what we know.
Right. So you just find a way to capture those currents and process them into data. And
maybe, if that's what it is.
Oh, would you do it? Would you like back up your brain and then have the opportunity to like just upload yourself to another entity?
Then you wouldn't really be yourself.
But you always are. Your conscious self is yourself.
Maybe if that's your I think therefore I am thought.
Sure.
There's still a philosophical debate about that as far as who you are, like what is I, what am I, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, physical appearance aside, I think part of who you are is the psyche, is your conscious mind, regardless of anything else.
Well, I mean, you could you could say that from a scientific perspective. I am just a bunch of electrical currents, and then I'm not when they go away, right? But then there's people out there that say, hey, there's a soul, right? And then there's people that say, well, you're making that up. There's no soul. So I think there's still a lot of that too, as far as,
So I'm posing the question to you. Would you, if you had an opportunity to take your conscious, your memory, your mind as it sits today, would you, and someone offered you an opportunity to like back that shit up, would you do it?
Sure.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think I would want to. I've always told, it's like the old kind of question is would you want to live forever, right? So, I mean, some people do feel like that life is finite and it needs to be and remain finite. And then there's other people that definitely feel that they want to see your experience and live forever.
Are we supposed to be funny on this podcast?
I don't know. Sometimes,
some very philosophical stuff here. Because then you get to the point too of like, man, I'm about to get married here, right? And say, hey, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Well, if the rest of my life is forever, that's a long fucking time, dude.
Yeah. Are you having some, do you want to talk about it?
No, but think about it. I mean, because right now it's kind of finite. Hey, if I live to 100, then this is the next 70 years or whatever, right? Okay, cool, got that, right? Maybe I'm 70 years from now. That's cool. But if you knew you could live for another 150 years after that, I don't know. That's a long time.
It is a long time, and that's definitely a decision that you have to make. And even then, down the road, like you just alluded to, things can change. So,
it could be a thing too. You're 100 years old, right? And science has made it to you're 100 years old, but you look you're 40, right?
You look like you're 40? Is that what you said?
You look like you're 40. You're 100 years old because science and technology and stuff, right?
Right.
And then you make the decision. Hey, cool. It's been 70 years. You want to try something different?
Yeah, I think you definitely probably want to sit down and have that conversation with somebody down the path of life here to make sure that that if and when that comes up, you're on the same page.
Well, if that's not an option right now, right?
No. But like I said,
right
if
now,
and when, you have an out. One of us is going to die, and then what? What's going to happen? Maybe you can fake your death, and then
hopefully it's a long time away.
Well, the goal at the end of the day, regardless of how many years it is that you may or may not exist, whether it's through a different, medium or memory bank or whatever, is find happiness. Bottom line, just be happy.
Yeah. You know who, if you really want to get into some crazy philosophical stuff like this, Kurt Vonnegut wrote a lot of short stories and novels about this concept alone, about living forever and what that would look like and some of the downsides to it as well. Can
you send me that, and then can you post that? I want to look into that a little bit more.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, there's one where he talks about it, because part of it too is like, if you live forever, right? Say, in theory, right, no disease could hurt you anymore. We've cured all diseases, right? We've been able to prolong the organic body due to technologies and stuff, right. And basically found the fountain of youth. Why would you need to procreate? You wouldn't. So at that point, well, would you really want to have a kid? Right, which is genetically ingrained into us, right? But I'm sure science could find a way to genetically uningrain that, right, through whatever, but mutations or whatnot.
There's definitely data to reflect as like communities. I don't know, communities is probably too small, but like countries, as they become more prominent into like first world countries and develop technologies where the birth rate is significantly lower than other, second or third world countries, due to a multitude of things: education, time, preference, money, all those things, which definitely play a part to the
contraceptives,
curve.
All that stuff, yeah. Medical,
exactly. Well, that goes to the education piece, right? Where you learn that, like, oh shit, I don't just have to have sex and have a kid every time. Like, that's not a thing. Like, I can do this without, having a kid.
But you wouldn't need to procreate.
Wouldn't necessarily need to, and I think that most first world countries, the data shows that most families are not as invested into having children. They have their own drive, lives, whatever the case may be, to live. So I think that in your scenario here, I think that would still continue to play part, where you wouldn't have to procreate. You wouldn't necessarily need to or want to.
At a certain point, you can't, just due to population control, right?
Well, I mean, what if the technology, like you just said, advances to where, yes, we live forever, and the biology of a human body is negligible? What if we get smarter about how to manage population and providing and servicing and feeding and all those kind of things as well? What if we're able to facilitate a 14 billion person population on this planet?
Cool. What happens when we get to 14 billion and one?
The models only scale to 14 billion. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying, right? So eventually, like, even if you got so efficient that you stacked everybody up like sardines and was able to take care of them and stuff, once you get to that and one, that's where it becomes an issue, right? So,
whoa, and one's coming back, and they got to do mixtapes again and shit. Fuck.
And one.
I can't wait, man. Let's do it.
That collapsed everything. But no, Kurt Vonnegut wrote a book about that, or a short story about, the world got to a point in the future where, you had to have somebody die before you could have somebody be born.
I think that happens every day right now.
No, but it was like a thing. So in order for you to get your birth license, basically to become a parent, you had to have somebody sign off the fact that like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and die, so that way somebody else can be born.
Huh.
It's a crazy concept. It was actually a pretty dark story, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do. I would be interested in.
I won't ruin it for you.
Don't. I wanna. I'm kind of into that kind of shit, like where it like talks about scaling or projecting what life could be like in the future.
Dude, Kurt Vonnegut, he's on it.
All right. Well,
I've read a lot of his stuff. I don't know why, but it's very interesting, and he probably is some time traveler dude.
Dude, what if time travel was real? Holy shit, that'd be sweet.
Kurt Vonnegut did it then. It had to be him.
Had to be him. He did it. He knows what's going to happen. Oh. Well, this, yeah, you mentioned, are we supposed to be funny? Not always. Like, it really, I think the thing that people that maybe don't know about us or understand is that sometimes it just gets a little deep and it gets a little thick. And that's okay. Like, you could take something relatively serious or something that may be thought-provoking and still be entertaining. Maybe we don't necessarily know all
Hopefully.
the answers. You gotta have faith that
if you're still listening, you're probably like, oh, fuck these guys. Thought it was gonna be funny. I thought we were gonna talk about.
What are we gonna talk about? What's funny right now? What are you gonna talk about? Go ahead.
Talk about.
You got nothing? You want to change it, but you got nothing to play on it? Come on. Do you think like, speaking of time travel, do you think like if you've seen Back to the Future, you've had to see Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, and
okay,
3.
so 2 is where I'm really sticking. When Biff gets the almanac, sorry, spoiler alert from a movie from 30 years ago, deal with it.
What?
He gets the almanac, he goes back in time, he gives the almanac to his past self from 1955, and then he becomes this rich fucking person and creates the casino and all that other stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Did I give you enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, tell me that's not what's going on right now. Like, in this day and age, got some fucking slick back hair motherfucker at the top of an Eiffel Tower type thing, like controlling the city and everything's running rampant.
No, dude. No, his daddy gave him money to go do whatever he needs to do. He built up a business from there.
Daddy, please.
He's not out here making predictions and stuff, betting on sports games and things.
What if he had an almanac?
That's what Biff made all his money is off of betting.
I know. But what if his bet is like to capitalize on struggling businesses and then tank them? Or, make his own businesses and say they're the best ever and they're really not. I made this.
Nah.
I made this.
No. I mean, because then you got to believe, there's different time travel beliefs too, right? Or theories. Multiverse theory and, all that butterfly effects and all that stuff too.
Man, I don't even want to talk about the multiverse type thought. That shit boggles my brain. To think about like the decisions you made have caused like different tangents in the space-time continuum to have like a whole different life that you're not living, but someone that's exactly like you is living. Shit's deep.
Yeah, well, it's that, and then just they're all infinite possibilities running in one scenario. So even if you did time travel, maybe you're not even coming back to this timeline. You're coming back to a different timeline, just like
happened in Back to the Future 2 when Biff gave his young self the almanac.
But he only affected the certain timeline. He didn't affect a different timeline, and this one kept going.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
It's not like he hopped to a different timeline. He in that movie
he tangented the existing timeline that he was living in, though.
He went into the existing timeline and affected the existing timeline, and it's all within this one linear thing.
I don't even know if like Back to the Future is the like gospel of what time travel really may or may not be. I mean, according to the Marvel movies, Ant-Man tried to do that shit and they got called out on it. Are you comparing the entire time travel thing based on Back to the Future? No! Yes. Paul Rudd. I'm not confident in him and his ability to be a decent actor. He's very definitely typecasted.
For sure. Yeah, that was I didn't like that in the Marvel movies either.
The Ant-Man movies?
Time stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
It got kind of okay. We're gonna do that, which is funny because there's in the MCU there's a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if you ever watched it. It's actually pretty good once you get past like the first season and start getting like, I'm invested now. I'd recommend it. There's like 7 seasons, but one of the characters in there does a really good job of explaining time travel and some of the different theories. And they actually do a whole season on time travel, which is way a better outline of time travel and different theories than they did in the actual movies that made billions of dollars.
I made this.
What was that?
I made this. That's what they did. They stole their TV show and then half ripped it and made billions of dollars talking about time travel.
Well, this one, I think these episodes came after the whole time travel movies came out.
What?
So they just said like, oh, they did them. Maybe they were like, that was kind of a shitty thing in the movie, so the writers for the show did it better. I'll see if I can find a clip for you and send it to you, where one of the guys is explaining why you can't time travel.
Just tell me he's a crazy guy with like a corkboard and a hell of yarn everywhere, like Charlie in
It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny, yeah.
Actually, it's the same guy. Yeah, he does kind of have a corkboard thing because he's got to find these people when they travel through time. If you want, I'd go ahead and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like 40-minute episodes. They're pretty good.
I'm watching Ozark right now. It's about money laundering.
Watching Space Force.
Space Force? Oh yeah, I think I want to watch. How is that?
I got to about 3 minutes in the first one, and then Courtney's like, "I want to watch this." So
she doesn't or does?
Does.
So you couldn't rewind it 3 minutes to start over, or
no? It just means I had to stop the episode so that way we can watch it later.
Got it.
So it puts it in the queue, bud. I said now we got to watch all of It's Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All those. And go through that.
Let's talk about that. Do you have different shows that you like watch on your own versus like that you watch with your significant other?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, I mean, there's like YouTube shows that I watch.
Uh-huh.
And there's some that she's like, okay, seeing, and then there's some that she's like, I don't want to watch that.
So
and there's shows that I watch on my own, and there's shows that she watches.
On her own as well?
Oh, yeah.
What if you like watch like half of something? Does she like go through and like catch up on it, or what? How does that work? Or do you get to free willingly finish what you were watching and then she just watches on her own?
It could be that way too. It just depends on where we're at with it. So to give you an example, we watched I don't know if you've seen the show Schitt's Creek.
Watching it right now, actually.
That's cool. I mean, so to give you an example on that one. So Courtney had started that when she was at home from maternity leave, right? And at that time there was only 5 seasons available. So she like skirted through all 5 of the seasons. And I was
they're
like
20 minutes. This. They bang hella fast.
Yeah. And then the 6th season came out, and then she started watching that, and that's when I picked up watching the first season, right? So I went through and watched it. So I caught all the way back up from season 1 through 5, and then we watched pretty much all of season 6 together. But there's other ones, like there's this show called The Umbrella Academy, I think it's called, on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
And she just like she went through all that, and then I went back and started watching it, and then I haven't been able to finish the last episode of it because it's not as great as other people say it is. But now the 2nd season is going to come out. She's going to start watching it, and so I got to make a decision. Hey, do I want to finish it out and watch that 2nd season with her, or do I want to just let her ride with it, and look at something else?
Have you ever been caught in a situation where you've gone ahead in a show that you were watching together?
No.
No, you've been pretty regimented on like, hey, we're gonna watch this together.
Yeah, there's so much content out there, dude. Just watch something else. Sometimes I'll sit there and go like, hey, are you gonna watch this? And then she'll be like, nah, go ahead and just finish that. I'm done with it, right? Same thing with me. Like, hey, no, I'm good. You go ahead and finish that out. So we kind of give each other the leeway on it.
Sure. Yeah, I never had that issue either. I definitely like stuck to my guns and been committed to like if we're watching something, like I'm not gonna like sneak ahead because I can't wait or I'm impatient and want to see what happens next kind of thing.
Yeah. Sometimes I get stuck watching stuff too. I'm like, she goes, well, why are you watching this if you don't like it? It's because I'm invested.
Because I've done it.
I'm already 2 seasons into a 10-season thing. I'm gonna fucking watch this.
2 seasons.
There's only one way out: finishing the seasons.
There's always that hope, like it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Ah, fuck! It's not better.
It doesn't even matter, man. They're just like Seinfeld. I went through Seinfeld and I was like, it's gonna get it. And then I was, because they're short episodes, and the first season's like 6 episodes, and then next thing I know, I'm in episode 3, and I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta go through this. And I had to sit there and grind that out.
I don't think I'll ever grind Seinfeld.
There's some funny parts, but other parts like it's not humor for our generation.
Well, no, I think it's a lot of things are irrelevant now.
Yeah, they had a whole episode, which I mean, I get it if you're from that. This makes sound old that watch Seinfeld. If you're from that time, they had a whole episode about trying to coordinate friends getting into a movie, right? So, hey, what theater are we going to be at? What show are we seeing? Hey, so-and-so's over there. Well, they're going to go find that person over there. And it was a whole episode about the four friends just not being able to communicate with each other and how they got oriented at a movie and whatnot. Which today is irrelevant because send a group text, hey, dude, where the fuck you at?
With a location pin of like where you're
at. Right, problem solved. Your episode is irrelevant now.
Yeah, if you can't follow Siri's fucking directions to turn left at the next block, I don't know what to tell you. And we'll see you later, I guess.
Which I can't wait for my kid to fucking, 10 years from now go like, Dad, you just do this. You're so old school. Why don't you just send him a text, Dad?
Texting? What do you mean? You just like speak out loud and then your neural implant picks it up and sends a brainwave communication to the person that you're trying to talk to.
Yeah. Exactly, Dad. What the fuck? And I'd be like, back in my day when I was around, they had answering machines.
You left a message? Even today, dude, I don't recognize a call, and I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Back in my day, they didn't have caller ID.
Jesus Christ. You actually, when you said hello, there was a question there. like who it was.
Who is it?
What would you say still to the one of your favorite shows of all time? What would we say your favorite show of all time is?
What genre?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Like just pick your favorite show.
Nah, it's got to be a genre.
Jesus Christ, dude, why you gotta make it difficult?
Because it's different. It's like
okay, what genres would you identify? Okay, I guess it'd be okay. So let's keep them simple, high level: action, comedy, drama. Informational. Okay?
Informational, like what's
like documentaries or like,
like 60 Minutes? Like
well, I mean, that's I guess so. Well,
like Judge Judy?
That's not informational. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. I mean, you could probably learn some shit.
Where would you rank The Price is Right in that?
Oh.
Before Drew Carey.
Informational. That would definitely name that as informational because you learn about the prices of things.
I guess. Did you ever see that documentary about the dude that like memorized all the prices on Price is Right?
I did actually.
That was a good documentary. I was like, dang, dude. He had a hell of
Did he go on and crush it?
Yeah, and then he lost the showcase.
God damn it, dude. How did you get so far yet?
Oh no, he like didn't. He went to go spin the wheel to get to the showcase, and he missed it.
Yikes, bro.
And then he helped other people. He helped other people make a shit ton of money.
Okay, so let's go. Let's pick those four. Action. Your favorite.
Price is Right.
So invigorating.
Action. Like you're talking about, like MacGyver, A-Team, those type.
Well, I mean that can be a potential. I mean, sure.
If it was action, it'd probably be The Shield.
The Shield, yeah, I would agree on that one. Still one of the best shows ever. I should go back and watch that again. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, comedy.
Comedy.
I know mine.
Is yours South Park?
Yeah, it is.
I would put another a cartoon in there. Comedy South Park is pretty good. I'm trying to think. I think Always Sunny is better than South Park for some reason. I want to say that.
I can't discredit Always Sunny at all. Like it's a very good show, but South
Park too.
South Park's my sweet spot, man. That's a good show from a comedy perspective. I mean, that's like surpassing The Simpsons, and it's like right along the same lines, just like 8 years behind.
Yeah.
All right, so like drama, I guess that one might be a little tough for me.
That's The Shield, action drama type thing.
You still would put The Shield there as far as a dramatic.
Yeah, or The Wire.
The Wire was okay. Yeah, it definitely was pretty good. I think The Shield definitely had some more like cutthroat sequences to it. It was a little more rough around the edges, I guess I would say, versus like The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what also may be a little bit more dramatic to some capacity would be like Dexter.
Yep.
Dexter, I don't like the way it ended, but it definitely was a decent show on its run.
Yeah.
And then let's say informational.
Price is Right.
You sticking on Price is Right?
I don't know. I can't think of anything other informational type shows.
The only thing that, man, the best thing, like being home sick from school, was that like you stay home and you definitely get to watch The Price is Right at 10 o'clock.
Oh, for sure. Or like
that was the jam.
Ricky, like.
No.
I usually came on like 2. Price is Right would come on at 10. So
it's 10 o'clock.
Wake up, 10 o'clock, Price is Right action. You watch a couple episodes, and then your Ricky Lakes of the world would come on like 2 to 3, and then after that you could get
Jerry
afternoon
Springer
cartoons like Recess and those types of things.
Do you know like Jerry Springer is now doing a Judge Judy thing?
Of course.
I thought that dude like disappeared. Man, Jerry Springer retired or whatever, and his fucking security guard got his own TV show.
Steve? Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, the security guard. Talk
Good
about like a rip and I made this. Like he's just riding on the coattails of someone else's thing and like took the formula.
So Dr. Phil did the same thing with Oprah.
You need to learn how to fucking and doctors or Dr. Oz.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder who. I haven't looked at executive producers and producers of that stuff, but I'm sure Oprah is one of them. So it's just for her, it's scalability, right? She's just trying to scale.
Yeah, she definitely grew those two guys. She grew their whole careers.
Yeah,
because they were like, I think if I recall correctly, they were like guests on Dr. Oz and Phil, or guests on Oprah. Yeah, informational. You know, I definitely appreciated like Planet Earth.
Captain Planet.
The Don Cheadle rendition that wasn't really a TV show, or the actual TV show.
Oh, informational. I got you, bud. My favorite informational show, Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one. Nice work. Yeah. But don't take my word for it.
Right. Geordie LaForge from Star Trek.
The Next Generation. You gotta just define that, or like the nerds are gonna come out with their glasses pushed up.
That's one of those ones where you could go back and watch all the Star Treks if you wanted to. Take you a long time to do it.
I don't know if I want to do that, man. I've been a Star Wars guy.
That'd be a journey. If I had no job and really the only thing I did all day was, sit around and watch shows, I would do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. But I did watch the whole A-Team. I had a staycation one time, and I watched all the A-Team in a 2-week time span.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Dude, every show was the same fucking formula. Every show. And I watched all of them. I was like, well, I guess here's where B.A. Brock, yep, he's knocked out because he doesn't like flying.
I'm not going to fly.
You ain't going to get me this time, Hannibal. No.
I'd sedatives in his burger.
Dude, that was like one of my favorite times that he got knocked out. It was because he switched burgers like 3 times and he was like, and he ate that shit and still got knocked out. I was like, and then my other favorite B.A. Baraka is when he backed up a garbage like truck into like an office or something and then punched the shit out of somebody, answered the phone, and then like left.
Mr. T, that guy.
What a legend. Fucking
legendary.
Legend. You want to do the close this time?
No. You do it so better. You do it so better.
You do so good so much.
See, this is why I can't do it.
You want to try? You want to try to do it?
Nope.
No?
I'll do the next one.
Flyer.
Yeah, I'll do the next one. It'll be about like my slogan, right? It's like
free burgers for next Tuesday or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, or free beer yesterday.
Free beer yesterday. Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
Yesterday and tomorrow, but never today. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody again for spending the time with us. Listen to us talk about bullshit and shenanigans as we always do. If you want to follow us on our socials, you can hit us at ILPAC Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also go to our website at ilpac.com for any updates, news, and also links to any of those sites, YouTube as well. You can listen to this podcast. Obviously, you're listening to it now. So if you want to share it with a friend, it's easy to share on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other larger podcast streams out there that you would enjoy. We always appreciate the feedback and the support that you guys bring to us, and we want you to continue to do that. Ray, what should people's homework be this time?
Share with a friend, or mention us in a
post with a friend again
on Instagram.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good one. Link us and tag us on a post. I don't care what it is. It may be something related. It may be not. You may have taken a picture of your dog for all I care, but at least tag us. That'd be fun. We'll reshare
I'll send
your shit. Why not?
A free Ray and Dan coupon for like a free hug or something.
A free hug. You want the coupon value is definitely more for your buck if you get a hug from me. I promise you. Well, and we're still working on the 100 follower thing, right? So we're about, I want to say 20% in, which is good. If I had one of those thermometers with a marker, I'd to the 20% mark. But that would be great to continue to get there, because we are going to give away whatever random gift cards we have in our arsenal at the time that you can enjoy at our expense. So thanks again for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.